OK，那百佑再麻烦按录影。OK，we are recording now。所以大家晚上好，欢迎来到今天Shabby 老师的讲座。今天的主题是如何增强你的显化。然后呢，今天呢，想要呢来透过了解你的小我、你的 ego 的类型，还有你的神经布线。所以我们现在来有请 Shabby，耶，Let's welcome Shabby。
Yay. Hi, you guys. It's so lovely to see you, Anne. It's so lovely to see you, Leah. I don't know if you guys can hear me well this time. Yeah? Okay, so hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited for being with you guys tonight. And I want to thank Anne and her awesome team for organizing this beautiful webinar for us tonight. Um, it would be good if I could see your faces because we're going to do a little bit of work together. So it would help for me to see how you're doing. You guys are going to need a pen and paper because we're probably going to write down some of the stuff that comes up. So this is going to be a little bit of more work this time than the last time. I don't know if you guys were in the last webinar that we did, but this time we're going to do a little bit of work because we're going to manifest tonight. Are you guys up for it? Thank you so much for turning on your cameras. This way I can actually see how you guys are doing and help you more. So, hi, welcome. I am Shabnam Asami. It is an honor to be with you guys tonight. I have this really deep love for Asian countries, and it's lovely to see your faces. So thank you so much for being here. We're gonna talk about authenticity, the frequency of authenticity, and also we're gonna talk about how egotism, and in particular, three categories of egotism affects our nervous system and therefore affects our manifestations. So I don't know if you guys know, but this is like a little secret. The better our nervous system is regulated, the better our energetic field can grow. That's like kind of like a relation that we have with our environment, with the outside world, with the universe. And the better we can manifest, the easier we can magnetize things that we want. So, we're going to talk about how egotism in particular can play a huge role in blocking our nervous system, therefore, our energetic field, and therefore our manifestations in life. Are you guys interested in that subject? I think it's a pretty cool subject. Okay, so with your permission, I would like to first scan you, and I would like us to go up and open up with a prayer. And I'm going to send you guys love, and then we start talking about our subject today. Do I have permission to scan you? Yay! Okay, thank you. Good. So I want you to sit comfortably. You close the eyes gently. I want you to take a nice deep breath in and letting it out, releasing all that needs to be released right now so you can be focused and you can be here enjoying this webinar. Another nice deep breath in and letting it out. I want you to bring your attention to your heart. Just feel this beautiful energy of your heart without trying to change it. And I want you to bring your attention to your feet where they touch the ground, if they're touching the ground. I want you to visualize that the energy of Mother Earth comes up through your feet, all the way up through your body, right up to the top of your head, creating a beautiful ball of light right above your head. Notice the color of this ball of light Imagine you're inside of it. And we're going to go up, up past the universe, past layers and layers of light, past the golden light, past the jelly-like substance into this white, white, tingly light, the energy of creation. I want you to allow yourself to feel at one with this energy, allowing it to come through every cell of your body. And with your permission, I would like to send you a little bit more unconditional love. Good. Creator of all that is, Atanaha, all that is, thank you so much for this opportunity to be together, to share together, to see each other, to grow together. Thank you for all that we are and all that we're becoming. Thank you. Naho. You can take a nice deep breath, let it out, and open your eyes. That was awesome. So, lots of you guys have done a lot of work and you've shifted a lot of stuff. You worked on lots of your beliefs. And I think you're kind of in that kind of place that, kind of understanding that what is needed right now is not really so much fixing something, but remembering who you are. And what we're going to do today is very focused on that. So, first of all, let's talk about authenticity. Let's talk about your essence. What is authenticity? It's not personality. It's basically an energetic coherence with Creator's truth, with the essence of who we are. And it's not really what we do, it's the frequency that we hold when we remember who we are, when we remember our essence. Okay, so it's really helpful for me, like personally, in my experience, it's really helpful to be in that place of authenticity when we are doing healing work. Because in my experience, it makes everything a lot more clear. When, for example, I'm doing theta healing, if I'm in my authentic self, I can see clearly, I can see a lot of stuff, I can have really good, powerful healings. In terms of manifestation, the more we are authentic, the more our nervous system is regulated because we're living from that coherence with our truth. And the easier it is to magnetize what we want in life. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later. And in terms of our relationship, in my experience, authenticity creates resonance instead of projection. So what do I mean by that? For example, if you're a teacher, some of you might be teachers. If you're a teacher and you're able to connect to your truth and teach from that place of your truth, people can relate to you a lot more. Whereas when we are trying to be something, when we kind of wear a mask because we think we have to be a particular way in order to be accepted, in order to be validated, or in order to control something that's outside of us, people really can't relate to that. So in any kind of relationship, the more we can actually connect to that spark of God inside of us and live from that place, the easier everything gets, right? And that's what in ancient time they believed, that the more we can be authentic, the easier our spiritual evolution becomes. There was a reason for that. So what happens? Why can't we live from that place all the time? Well, basically, we are in a third kind of plane. We have this reality on earth, and there's something called the egotism, and we're always involved with it one way or another, right? So what is egotism? It's any kind of pattern that we identify with that distorts that coherence, that alignment we have with our truth. But the key word here is identifying with. So what do I mean by that? For example, like you might actually, I want you to start actually thinking about that and maybe write it down. Like you might actually look at your life and realize, if you kind of explore it, you realize that you have become someone who always has issues with with soulmate. Like there's always soulmate issues. Or you have become someone who always has issues with their health, or with money, or with colleagues, or in some cases in Eastern countries with the government. So it's a pattern that we have identified with. We're kind of knowing ourselves as that pattern, right? And that's when things becomes very tricky, because when we subconsciously identify ourselves with a pattern, and no matter how much we dig on it, we won't be able to shift it because we think that's who I am, right? So it's very hard to dig and shift something that we think we are. It's as if that's our truth. But here's like a golden question. I want you to think about a pattern that you always kind of suffer from. I don't know, it could be health, it could be money, it could be economy, it could be government, it could be, I don't know, family, whatever. Just write down something that you always have issues with. Can you do that for me? Just write down something that you always find yourself working on this again. The other day, I realized that there's a particular problem in work with colleagues that has become a pattern I identified with. I have become the person who always has this kind of issues. Okay. What is that pattern for you? If you say, I have become a person who has always issues with, what is that? What is the key word there? So write that down. And here's the golden question, which our ancient ancestors have asked for many, many, many years before us. Which I think it's an amazing question. It's one of the best questions, my favorite questions. Who am I beneath this pattern? Okay. I wonder who I am underneath this pattern. Do you know why this is like an amazing question? It helps you start this identifying with a pattern. When you start wondering, who am I underneath this pattern? Am I really this? Is this really me? I wonder who I am underneath this pattern or this issue. And do you see, if you feel that, it's like you're starting to open a little bit of space for something new to take place. And that's really magical. You're starting to look for something that is true, that is probably not something that you've been identifying with because it just is. But you see how vast that energy is? That is the energy of authenticity. Okay, and you're starting to allow that in. And we're going to work on that a little bit more. We're going to work on it a lot in the Eternal Radiance, because that's the class that's actually written on this subject. So I told you that the more your nervous system is regulated, the better your manifestations become, right? In the beginning of the webinar. And there are three major there are three major types of egotism. Like these are like big clusters, right? And we're going to talk about them because there are 9 types of egotism that we're going to talk about in the class. But there are 3 major ways that we kind of use our ego distortions subconsciously to affect our nervous system. And I'm going to go over them, and I want you to pay attention and see which one you identify with, which one you can relate to, which one is probably what you find yourself doing when you're going into distortion of the ego, because we all do. I do as well. Like I've been working on this material for the past maybe 15 years. I'm a psychotherapist. I've been working on it in my own practice. I've been working on it with people, and I still have to kind of catch myself. It's not as bad as it was once, but we're always dancing between, our authentic self and other identities. And it's actually really beautiful to have a way to find a balance, to be able to hold that authentic frequency more. So there's no problem and there's no fault in finding this. This is actually really good because once you become aware of it, you start identifying with it, and then there is major space for your authenticity to shine through. So the first one that I want to talk about that affects your nervous system is called inflated ego. And you might have heard me talk about this very briefly last time. This is the type of ego that most people kind of think as egotism. This is the major egotism that everyone who thinks about egotism thinks about this type. This is the inflated energy that I see myself as bigger than others, as better than others, right? So what happens with our nervous system when our ego gets inflated? What happens is that our sympathetic nervous system goes into fight flight mode. And that, lots of you have done intuitive anatomy and other classes in technique that's related to the body. And you know that if you're in fight flight mode all the time, our body gets exhausted. Our immune system gets exhausted. But this is how we kind of affect our sympathetic nervous system. It goes into fight flight mode. And what happens is that we try to force our manifestations. So, for example, when we are doing the manifestation meditation, we're forcing to see it happening. Have you ever done that? Have you ever actually forced to make something happen in your manifestation? That is the inflated ego. Here, the body is ignored. So any kind of, embodiment exercise can really help us with this sort of egotism, like things like qigong, tai chi, yoga, all the types of exercises that brings us into our body, helps us feel our body more, or even mindful exercises that help with that. So body's ignored here. What happens is that our manifestations do happen, but they're not stable. Has anybody experienced that? You create something, but it's not stable. It's not something that you can rely on, you know? And somehow our denial of our vulnerability, because when we are in that inflated state, we have no idea how vulnerable we are, right? Somehow our denial of our vulnerability cuts down our creative power. Okay, so this is what happens when we are inflated. The second type is deflated, which I think a lot of you guys can relate to. So deflated ego takes our nervous system into freeze, collapse, shut down kind of mode. So it's when we become invisible. A lot of fear of visibility could be related to this type of ego. There's low energy here. There's low self-esteem. It's mostly trauma-rooted, this type of ego. And the nervous system tries to protect itself by disappearing. It's like, I'm not here. Don't look at me. Okay? So what happens is that when we're in this kind of place, we don't believe that we can create anything. Or maybe even we don't believe that we are worthy of having what we want. Or even we don't have any desires. We don't have any dreams. Like, when we look at ourselves, it's like, I don't have anything that I want. Okay? So it's because the ego has been deflated. It's like we are less than we are. I'm less, I'm not good enough. And I tell you what we can do in terms of healing these types of egotism. But energetically, what happens with us is that you become invisible to the opportunities. because your energetic field is collapsed. So it's like you don't see the opportunities and the opportunities don't see you as well. Can you guys relate to this? I definitely can relate to this type. Okay, so that's the second type. The third type, it's what I call the rigid type. And the nervous system here goes into some sort of like hyper control. It's like I have to control everything that I can. Otherwise, it's not safe. Okay. Otherwise, I don't feel safe. A lot of chronic pains. I mean, that's another way of identifying with a pattern. When we have a chronic pain, we kind of know ourselves with that pain, right? We don't know who we are without that pain, right? Have you ever had this sort of like backache that has always been with you, like since you can remember? And then it's like, I don't know who I am without that pain, right? So chronic pain could belong to this category. There is a need for predictability. Like I need to find out everything that's coming. And there is a cut off of the flow of creativity in terms of there's no spontaneity. It's like you have to know everything, you have to control everything. So the life cannot have its flow, and your energy cannot have its flow. And that affects our energetic field. So this is how we kind of block our manifestation powers, but by this category. How can we heal it? That's the good question. Once we see it, once we realize, oh, this is what I'm doing, how can we heal it? So there are 9 different, very quiet ego distortions that pulls us away from this alignment with our truth. And there are also 9 higher thoughts. There are 9 divine higher thoughts that restore us back to our truth by helping us remember who we are. And that's what I'm going to be guiding you through in Eternal Radiance class. And next week we have it for my friends in Asia. And Anne is hosting it. I'm so happy that she's hosting it. We're going to guide, I'm going to guide you through all those 9 types so you can see what sort of thoughts can actually help you remember who you are and therefore restore your coherence with the energy of creator, which is going to be really cool. But today we want to do some work on it as well. I mean, I talked about all of this, so we might as well do some work on it, right? So, so for the inflated type, as I said, any kind of grounding can help. So grounding mats are amazing for this type. Any kind of exercise that brings you into your body so you can feel your body, that brings embodiment into your awareness, that can help. And there are some downloads that can help. So I'm going to give you the downloads if you allow me, if you give me permission. So one of the best downloads or maybe frequencies to balance this type is humility. Humility helps you see yourself and others the way creator sees you. So it clears that inflated self-image. And it helps you in terms of manifesting because your manifestations no longer have to match your inflated self-image. They can actually come from the essence, from who you are. Okay, so do I have permission to download your creator's definition of humility? Show you that your definition is the same as the creator, and that you know how, you know when, you know it's safe and possible, and you're worthy, deserving, good enough to have humility in your everyday life. Good. And can I download you that you know how to receive? It's safe to receive. And you're worthy of receiving. And can I show you that you know how to manifest without forcing? That you can manifest with ease. Okay. So for the second type, the deflated type, there are certain downloads that can help. But as I said, this type is mainly trauma rooted. So I think we can do like a little meditation, a theta meditation, and release traumas and the shock, pain, drama, and memory of these traumas for you for the past 17 generations. What do you guys say? Do you want to do that? Can we send it up to Creator and replace it with Creator's love? And I will help you if you allow me. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in, letting it out. I want you to bring your attention to your heart. I want you to imagine that the energy of Mother Earth comes up to your feet, all the way up to the top of your head, creating a beautiful ball of light right above your head. Good. Notice this color of this ball of light. Imagine you're inside of it. And we're going to go up, up, up past the universe, past layers and layers of light, past the golden light, past the jelly-like substance. And we go up, up into this white, tingly light. Energy of creation. We're going to go higher and higher and higher. We're going to allow this energy to come through every cell of our body. Good. We're going to feel at one with this energy. Good. And we're going to ask Creator, Creator of all that is, it is requested that all the shock, pain, trauma, and drama that are in my cells, in my DNA, for me and the past 17 generations and future 17 generations, is sent to Creator's love with love and ease, replaced with Creator's love in my DNA. So I can feel this healing happening right this moment. This energy is healed today, now, with ease and joy. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. I want you to put your hand in your arm or in your body and just witness this energy being released from your cells, from your DNA, into Creator's light. I can come in and help you if you give me permission. Once you're done, I want you to go back up to the white tingly light, say thank you, and sit there in that white tingly light, and I'm going to send you some downloads. Would you guys like to know what it feels like to have self-compassion? Would you guys like to know what it feels like to feel and know that you're deserving of all that you want to create in your life? That the Creator wants you to have all of that. That you are able, that you matter, that it's safe to be visible, that it's safe to be you. Okay, I want you to still sit there because I'm going to give you the downloads for the last type, which is the rigid type. Is it okay if I download you that you know how to allow your life to flow? That you can allow your creativity to flow, that it's safe. That you know what it feels like for you to trust the unknown. You know what it feels like to be flexible and enjoy it. Okay, here we're going to do a healing for the nervous system and for the vagus nerve because these two parts are very related to manifesting. So I want you to go up, up, up into this tingly light once more. And here we're going to ask Creator, Creator of all that is. It is requested that the healing is done on my nervous system and my vagus nerve with ease and love. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. And I want you to allow yourself to feel this healing coming through. Give me permission, I will help you. Amazing. Once you're done, I want you to go back up to this white tingly light again. Say thank you. And here we're going to call on the frequency of authenticity. We're going to ask Creator to show us what that frequency feels like. So whenever you're ready, when you finish witnessing the healing, I want you to go back up, 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 up into this white tingly light. Allowing it to fill every cell of your body. Good. And we're going to ask Creator, Creator of all that is, it is requested to show me the frequency of my own authentic self without the patterns I identify with and without fears. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. Show me. Allow yourself to feel this frequency of your essence, to see your radiance. What does it feel like? When you're aligned with your truth, see how your body feels. And what does your authentic self want to manifest into your reality? And this might be different from what you think or what your manifestation list normally usually looks like. I want you to write 4 things from this place of essence. Just check whether you can see what does it want to manifest into my life. And just write down whatever that comes to mind. The first thing that's coming up for me right now is like the ability to feel more love. See what is
Chevy,
it
you
coming
sound
up?
really far away. Your microphone. Yeah.
Is it better now? Did you
It's
hear the
better,
last
but
thing?
yeah, it's been like the volume was really low. Yeah, earlier.
Okay. Did you hear the last thing I said?
Yeah, you talk about four
No.
things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Manifestation.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So what came up for me as I was doing this with you guys, the first thing that came up was I want to be able to feel more love. Um, like to be capable to feel more love. And see what is it coming up for you right now? I didn't know that's something that my essence wants to create until this moment when I checked in. So if you're checking in, see what it likes to create for you and write that down. And then go back into that place, to that frequency of your essence. Feel it, allow it to anchor in every cell, and ask again, what else? It's interesting. Every time that I do this, one of the things that comes up is ease. My essence likes me to do things with more ease. And somebody said something similar, like less afraid. Exactly. This is what your essence want to create. Love. Yes, that's amazing. I was doing this last night, and what came up was liberty, just being able to feel free in my energy. Trust. Yes, exactly. Yes. Warmer, everything warmer. Yeah. Exactly. So you can write this as we write our manifestation list. So I have more trust. I am warmer. I have more love, or I have love in my life. And this is coming directly from that part of you that knows how to co-create, right? So it's a lot easier to create this that's coming up from it. Okay. Passion, happiness. Yes, I am happy. I have more passion. You can write this down. Wonderful. You guys are coming up with really true stuff. These are the real things. You know? Okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting a car or a house or a new job. I mean, I do that kind of manifestation as well. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to just feel into that frequency of your true self and see what it wants to create. And it's amazing how beautifully it can create it and how it can completely change your life. Okay. All right, everybody has 4 things. Show of hands. Everybody got 4 things? Okay. So this is the end of our webinar. We're going to expand, call in the frequency of authenticity, feel it, and from that place, we're going to create the 4 things that you have written down. Is that okay? Okay. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in, letting it out. Oh, you guys did amazing. You guys are awesome. You know, this stuff is in your DNA. So you guys are ancient people. You know that. You know all of the stuff. So there's nothing new here. Just reminding you of it. Okay. So nice deep breath in. Closing the eyes. I have to be careful not to tune in so much because then our beautiful translator won't be able to hear me. Okay. So I want you to imagine the energy of Mother Earth underneath you, and then you can feel your heart, the energy of your heart. Mother Earth is holding you. You are feeling the energy of your heart. You are here. All of you is here. And then you can notice that you and whatever that you're sitting on are part of one energy. That you and the room that you're in are one. That you and the area that you're in are one. That you and the whole Mother Earth with all its trees, all its animals, all its seas, all the people on it are one energy. And I want you to feel and see that you are one with all the layers of light. That you're one with the golden light. That you're one with the jelly-like substance, all the laws of the universe. And that you're one with this white tingly light, the energy of creation. Now, as you're being at one with this energy, I want you to notice that you're infinite in front of you. You're infinite behind. That you're infinite to both sides. That you're infinite below and you're infinite above. Give yourself a moment to feel this vastness. To remember that you're always part of all that is. And allow yourself to be shown the frequency of your authentic self. What that feels like in every cell of your body. So here we're going to make a request, creator of all that is. It is requested that all those 4 things is in my life with ease and light, love. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. And then I want you to allow yourself to be shown what this reality feels like. And you have all 4 of these things that you've written down. I want you to see what it tastes like to live this way. What does it smell like? What does it sound like? And I want you to allow yourself to feel this reality on your skin. Once you could feel it and see it and smell it and hear it and taste it, I want you to thank the Creator. Take a nice deep breath in and open your eyes. Well done, you guys. Well done. Well done. You were amazing. Such a cool group. Okay, so I'm going to close with a prayer. I don't know if Anne has more announcement, probably.
So maybe you want to close first, and I can say the announcement. I have some announcement to make.
Okay. So if you guys like this sort of stuff, and if you guys like to focus on the subject of authenticity, we have it, I think, in a week or so. We have the class for the Asian friends, and come and play. It would be fun, 3 days. So if you like, please connect back, or you can just sit comfortably. Spirit of all that is, Atanaha, all that is. Thank you so much for this time and this place, for the opportunity to get together and for me to share all this stuff with this beautiful group of people. Thank you for all that we are and all that we're becoming. Thank you. Aha. Okay, thank you,
Okay,
guys.
thank you. Okay, Leah, 你再帮我口译哦，我先讲英文哦。Okay, so we warmly invite you to join our upcoming classes. So if you feel inspired to continue your theta healing growth and deepen your theta practice, we would like to welcome you. We hope to see you again very soon. It's next, I believe it's a Sunday. It starts Sunday on November 23rd. It's a 3-day class. Yeah, and then also we want to thank everybody for joining us today. We are truly grateful for your presence. And so thank you so much. So please join us to experience the wisdom, clarity, and heart-open guidance from Shabby. Yeah, Shabby's classes is very powerful, and it will lift your energy. And I read the manual. It's truly rich, clear, and transformative. So if you're looking for a class that inspires growth, deepens understanding, and support you on your spiritual journey, Shabby is the teacher you don't want to miss. So we want to thank everybody for joining us. And thank you, Shabby. And thank you, Leah, for translating. We are very, very grateful.
You,
and you are welcome to apply for scholarship. Yeah, a lot of people are signing up. So we hope to see everybody. And let's take a group picture.
Yes, and I just wanted to double check. I had in my diary that it starts on the 24th. So 24th, 25th, and 26th. Do you want me
sorry.
to...
Yeah, it's a mistake. Yeah. It's a 24th. It's a Sunday. I think I checked the calendar.
It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I don't know why I keep saying 23rd. It starts November, sorry, forgive me, 24, 25, 26, 5:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. It's the newest Theta Healing elective class, and you need to finish basic, advanced, dig deeper, you and the creator in order to take this class. Is it correct? Yeah. And the class is called Internal Radiance.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So let's take a picture. Thank you for your participation. And the replay will be on my YouTube channel. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so pretty. Shabby is so pretty. And thank you, Leah. We have pretty teachers here tonight. Okay, bye bye. Love you all.
Bye.
Thank you. And thank you, Leah. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye.